Hari Om. Today we are taking up the fourth mantra of section 1 of chapter 2. The mantra reads Agnir Murdha Chakshushi Chandra Suryau Disha Shotre Vak Vivradascha Veda Vayu Prano Hridayam Vishwamasya Padhyam Prithvim Yesha Sarva Bhutantaratma is what the mantra says. In order to appreciate the true meaning of the last mantra, we took recourse to the example of cotton cloth, designed cloth cotton. We said that each and every shape and form of the cloth gets merged, ultimated with the cloth and thereafter with the cotton. Taking this logic further, we could very safely and scientifically conclude that the sum total shape of all the patterns in the piece of cloth, carefully, the sum total shape of all the patterns in the piece of cloth and the cloth itself is nothing but cotton. In this mantra, which we are now examining, the Shruti is trying to explain to us the nature of the cause in terms of its effects. The plain meaning of the mantra is sky or heavens is his head. Why I say heavens is elsewhere in the Shruti it refers Agni as to Devaloka or Swarga elsewhere. So here it also means that the heaven or the sky is the head of the Purusha. His eyes, the sun and the moon. His ears, the four quarters or the space or direction. His speech is the declared Vedas. His breath is the wind. His mind is the universe. His feet, the earth. Indeed, he is the inner self of all beings and things. And the stanza is concluded in purely Vedic language and jargon, and we have to carefully decipher the intention of the Shrutis. The style employed being highly symbolic, one must have a special frame of intellect to truly grasp their real meaning. The Westerners and the Eastern products may find it difficult to follow the idiom and grammar of this literature, but to a traditional Indian mind soaked in its ancient culture may not find it that difficult provided the right measure of concentration is employed. Om the reality expressing itself by the pressure of the vasanas is past karmas through a particular individual physical structure of body, mind, equipment, which we experience in our waking state while we are aware of things around us, is technically termed in Vedanta as Vishwa. the individual body, the individual mind, the individual intellect, together experiencing the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts that come in his way, and the experience that he enjoys from the contacts of the world outside, that individualized, conditioned ego, prompted by his own vasanas, energized by the same principle of Om or Atman, the self, the supreme or the reality, that conditioned jiva is called Vishwa. The technical term employed, it's a jargon employed, Vishwa. It is a microcosmic expression of the reality through a finite and limited equipment. Now consider the sum total of all the bodies in the world, your body, my body, her body, his body, that man's body, this man's body, the entire body, sum total of all the bodies in the world. Just consider. For the purpose of clear understanding, take only human bodies. Let us not go into animals and plant kingdom. In each of the bodies, the reality expresses just as the electricity expresses through the individual bulb in my drawing room. The same electricity expresses as energy and remains as a cause in the bulb illuminated and hanging in my study room. The same energy expressed through the bulb in my kitchen, dining hall, bedroom, etc., etc. The same energy. In the same way, the reality expresses through me, my being, my body, mind and intellect, is the same reality that expresses through your body, mind and intellect, his body, mind and intellect, her body, mind and intellect. Now the reality expressed through the sum total of all bodies, all minds, all intellects, together, conceive that idea, whole world. That totality of the body, mind and intellect equipment is technically called Virat as against Vishwa. So the microcosmic energy, including the equipment, is Vishwa. The same energy combined, macrocosmic manner with the equipments is called Virat. Therefore, the macrocosmic energy expressing through the sum total of all the bodies is Virat. It is a Virat Purusha that is being portrayed here. This mantra speaks about this Virat Purush. Every saint or prophet in all religions of the world have unconditionally declared that the fundamental truth that the microcosm energy is nothing other than the microcosm energy. This theory or idea has been slightly developed by the Mundaka Rishi when he says that the sky is his head, his eyes are the sun and moon, his ears are the space, etc., etc. When the Rishi says that his eyes are the sun and the moon, he is only declaring a scientific fact concluded in a symbolic, poetic and Vedic language. The eyes can function only through the medium of light. The prime source of light is from the sun during the day and the moon during the night. Therefore, light is considered to be the presiding deity of the eyes. Think. Similarly, sound can travel only through the medium of space. Therefore, his ears means the Virat Purusha's ears, that is, your ear, my ear, her ear, his ear, all the ears in the world put together, that Virat ear, are the four quarters of the space, the entire space. His head, meaning mind and intellect, his heaven only indicate that the presiding deity of our mind is Indra, represented by heaven. Earth is indeed the resting place for all beings, and it is only appropriate that the legs of the Virat is described as the earth, the standing point, the focal point. Thus, the gist of this mantra is to draw home the concept of Vishwa and Virat very briefly. To sum up, the consciousness or the reality associated with the individual body, mind and intellect is Vishwa, and the consciousness or the reality associated with the collective BMI is called Virat. The earlier is microcosm and the latter is macrocosm. It must be clearly understood that the microcosmic explanation, it must be clearly understood that the macro explanations are only for the purpose of understanding. In fact, in reality, there is no such division at all. There is in it no otherness. There is no micro, there is no macro, there is nothing there other than itself. But yet, for you and I to understand the way we understand, it has to be put in that format. It is of the nature of pure knowledge, supreme-most and non-dual. Finally, to summarize, this mantra is indeed to convey that the Virat Purusha within the globe is the first born and is born out of the modifications of his Purusha, though apparently distanced by an intermediate principle, the vasanas. It is these vasanas in us that create this distinction between the Virat and the Vishwa. The moment the vasanas are removed, both become merged into one principal main entity called the Brahman, the reality. Hari Om.